Just don't try this shit at home.
It's been much too long. When I received your
I'm gonna mute my mic.
I best not speak here, Eleazar. Of course. Why don't we speak en route to Hogwarts? We have a start of term feast and a sorting ceremony to get to.
Wonderful idea. As long as your young charge here doesn't mind me tagging along.
Not at all, sir. After you.
Ages since I've been to the castle. It'd be good to
Damn.
see the old pile of rocks.
I can't do it. You're gonna keep playing it. It looked like your shit lagging on the share screen. I don't get it. Nah, I meant like that shit was skipping frames, not. I wonder what type of kitten Jamal gonna make.
Glad I caught you before you left for Scotland.
Just barely.
And who is your traveling companion?
A new student.
Dog.
You?
We damn just look like twins.
How extraordinary.
It is indeed. None of the faculty has ever heard of anyone being admitted to Hogwarts so late.
Nor have I.
Of course, as the other fifth years will have been honing their magical skills for 4 years now, the headmaster asked if I could get our new student up to speed a bit before the term begins.
Well, you couldn't have asked for a better mentor. Professor Fig is not only an exceptional teacher, he's also a remarkably intuitive and gifted wizard.
Mr. Osric is prone to flattery. I dare say it's one of the reasons he's risen so far at the ministry.
Have you seen this?
I have. Opinions differ as to how great a threat
I was gonna say
Ragnarok
Ragnarok.
really is.
Hello.
Although I've yet to convince my colleagues at the ministry, I believe he is a significant threat. And it was your wife, Eleazar, who alerted me to his activities months ago.
Miriam? How?
She wrote to me about Ranrock before she died, wondering what the ministry knew about his activities. Before I could respond, I received this. It was the last thing she sent me, Eleazar. It came to me via her owl, but with no correspondence. I can only assume
That she had to get rid of it quickly to keep it safe.
presumably from Ranrock. I cannot open it. Whatever magic protects this is powerful indeed.
It looks like
Oh,
copper
shit.
metal. That symbol. What's that glow? I don't see a glow.
Nor do I. Merlin's beard. How did you...
Wait! We do.
The key! Give me your hand!
That nigga got lean already.
Are you all right? You're hurt.
Perhaps a bit.
Take this. It's Wiggenweld potion. That stuff will right you in a second.
Wait a minute, I just realized my thing is... Oh, Lord.
What happened?
Poor George. I can't believe he... What the hell got into that damn
Turning
thing?
my camera with the left stick.
Attacking a
No.
carriage mid-air? A typical dragon would never...
Professor? Sir, where are we?
I'm not sure. But that key you discovered was clearly a port key.
Fuck.
Port key.
I'll change this.
An item enchanted to bring whoever touches it to a specific place.
Yeah, I'm changing that. 'Cause
I'm feeling better, sir. If you'd like to look around a bit.
I would. But stay close. We've no idea who created this port key. Or why.
Okay, better.
How far did that port key take us?
Farther from London than the carriage travelled. We're somewhere in the Scottish Highlands.
Sir, those roads. Do you
The
think...
port key was meant to lead us there? I do. This has not been the day either of us expected. But Miriam sent that port key to George for a reason. And I believe that she, and now George, died in pursuit of whatever it was meant to lead to. If you're sure you're all right, and wouldn't mind indulging me, I'd like to have a look around.
Absolutely, sir.
Good. Let's see if we can find a path, however faded it may be. Mind your step.
Where do you suppose your wife got the port key? that
Meanwhile,
brought us
I'm just
Question.
playing. No.
Miriam spent years searching for evidence of a long...
That man just stressed that I'm not moving. Actually, you know what? Let me get off your skin streaming because it seems that I don't know what's going on with my thing, but it seems to be maybe this will knowing this share screen affects the volume in some way. I don't know.
ancient magic?
Yes, a powerful magic wielded by a rare few that seems to have been lost to time.
Oh, my screen needs the full attention, so no face cam for now. Oh. Mink, mink, mink. That man said he can. So essentially, he can notice it. The mini-map shows your surroundings.
Hogwarts Castle was built by, and is itself a stronghold of that ancient magic. I don't know where she came into possession. But I am certain it was to do with that search. Ah, there's the path down below. This way.
Sir, why was your wife searching for evidence of lost magic?
Miriam wanted to understand why such powerful magic disappeared from the wizarding world. Spoke of the good it could do.
I wonder if
But
later
magic
breaking
is
the
no
glass
different
actually
than
means
any
something.
power. What really matters is the one
What?
who wields it.
I can see myself.
Is that ice?
It's not cold enough here. It appears to be a sort of enchantment. Someone wanted to block this path.
What the
Let's
fuck?
see some of that wand
Oh.
work you were practicing. Focus on the center. Excellent! That was a bit rougher than I'd expected.
It's to interact with. Wake the goblin. Why would I want to wake the goblin?
Your work's improving with every cast.
I guess we're waking the goblin. Oh well.
Up there!
Yo. Damn, that nigga slung.
We're close now. It's just ahead. Steady yourself! Reparo! Almost there!
Why would someone have built this here?
I suspect they valued their privacy. That portkey led us here for a reason. Let's have a look around for anything that seems out of place.
Professor, this statue...
This may have been his home.
That enchanted crystallized
Doing
stone
what?
again. But what could it be blocking?
Oh.
What's this? Professor Fig!
How odd. Why would someone have conjured that enchanted stone here?
And how is there a room behind it?
What room? I don't see anything.
There's that glow again, like the glow on the portkey container.
What in Merlin's name?
Yes.
Godric's heart.
Your ball is in line.
Are we? I don't believe it.
And he's playing Black Desert, alright.
Hello?
Guess he'll be a wizard later.
It can't be. Just a moment. Ooh. Anything here? Welcome to Gringotts Wizarding Bank. Vault number 12, I presume. Precisely. The key?
Your wife's portkey.
Oh, yes, of course. This way, then. Stay close. After you.
Oh,
Keep your
bitch.
hands inside the cart if you don't wish to lose them.
Oh, okay, I see.
How many vaults are there?
Damn, that nigga came in fast as fuck. Wait a
In
minute.
fact, we'll see quite a few on our way to vault number 12. As we speak, we're just beneath the main lobby. The vault you see now in the east. Are private entrances to the bank common at Gringotts? They are most
No!
Only one with great wealth or power, or both, could have arranged for such a service. You'll want to take a breath.
Fuck.
That waterfall washes away all enchantments. It's a security measure. Experienced the thief's downfall before.
This is
These are the lower vaults that we're passing now.
How deep are we going?
Vault
Fuck.
number 12 was commissioned shortly after Gringotts was founded over 4 centuries ago. It resides in the deepest part of the bank. Settle in. We've quite a distance to go.
we go. There we go. Yes, sir. That was annoying as fuck. Ooh. What up?
Vault 12. Momentous day.
On your way.
Professor, the armband that guard was wearing is glowing. Like the glow
So you're lying or not?
No, darker. I saw that same glow on the dragon's collar.
Yeah, what was that? We were just wondering about that goblin back there. He watches over the oldest section of the bank. Rare anyone goes there anymore. Here we are.
When was the last time this vault was accessed?
A goblin has been stationed at my desk for hundreds of years. In that time, no one has visited Vault 12 until today. Vault 12.
Thank you for your help.
What do you suppose we should be looking for?
I'm not sure. Sir, I wonder if you
The
might...
instructions for Vault 12 indicate that I am to grant access to the holder of the key and then close the door.
Wait.
Professor?
That was certainly unexpected. Let me think. There must be something here. Revelio, perhaps.
Revelio?
Yes, a revealing charm. No time like the present. Let's see what we're missing, shall we? Ready your wand and focus.
Oh, this one easy. Light work. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Revelio.
There! I saw something.
Move a bit closer and try again.
A door.
Well, that's a start. There's that symbol again. I don't suppose you see a way to...
I do, Professor. That symbol has the same glow as the one I saw on the port key container.
If what
Okay,
you
he's
can
up.
see reveals the way forward, then I dare say we are about to discover the secret of this vault.
Oh shit, I'm about to fight some knights on her. I feel it. Swear.
This is no ordinary vault. I suspect we will need to earn our way out of here.
What do you mean, earn our way out? Do you think this is some sort of test?
I do.
Ink. Ink.
But to what end, I
Ink.
can't say.
Ink. Ink.
Stay close. There will be no disapparating if things go poorly. Not out of Gringotts.
Oh, yes, we can. Yes. Yes.
I see something up ahead.
Yes, you can. Ah, yes, you can.
That glow again, but on the floor.
Oh, you want me to mink?
What happened?
When I moved towards the glow, it suddenly seemed as if the ground was swirling about.
Are you all right?
Yes, sir.
Ow.
I'm fine.
You seem to have caused the floor to change.
That's...
Hit me!
What statue?
Alright, they're
I
taking
see
a minute to
some
hit
sort of
me.
statue, but only as a reflection in the floor.
Oh, he stuck. Ow.
Revelio. I presume this is what you saw reflected in the floor.
It is. The reflection's still there, but the statue's positions don't match. Wait. When you moved, the reflection turned in the direction of the light.
Perhaps you should cast Lumos.
Why do I sound... My character sound robotic.
Lumos.
Well done.
Now the reflection is turning towards me. It does follow the light.
Look out!
Protego!
Accio! Defendo! Leviosa! Deposa! Expulso! Deposa! Leviosa! Protego! Confringo! Leviosa!
You're weak in the knees. Stand up.
Expulso! Defendo! Confringo!
Smack the shit out of you, didn't you?
Expulso! Protego! Leviosa!
Alright, let me... I like the way this shit looks.
Lumos.
Stay close!
Professor! Professor Fig! Professor, where are you? This isn't good. Where am I supposed to go? What's happening? The wisps of magic seem to be leading me somewhere.
Not activating you, sir. Hold on. Huh? There we go.
Ah, that's where they're leading.
Ow, 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 ow. Pause.
I suppose I'm on my own.
Every time I
Lumos.
watch your like it looks like shit and I can't do it.
It seems I have no choice. I'm going to have to fight my way out of here.
Yeah, take it. Ah, I didn't expect you to hit me, bitch. Ah!
Revelio. Lumos.
Wait, no. Wait, no. Damn. 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 Damn.
There you are. How did you... What is this place?
I don't know. But I found this floating above that basin.
That is no mere basin. That is a pensive for viewing memories. I wonder... Follow my lead.
Fuck.
All is in place.
The portkey is well hidden.
Perhaps too well. I wonder if the path we've created...
May be impossible to follow. It will only be impossible for one who cannot see traces of ancient magic as I can.
Your ability to see what others cannot will not be enough, Percival. We are entrusting the one who embarks on this path with powerful secrets, with knowledge others will do anything to obtain.
Yes, and if we are correct, Charles, the witch or wizard who completes the trials will have proven themselves worthy of that knowledge, and the responsibility that accompanies it.
We've done all that we can.
That's what you're seeing. The glow that surrounded them.
Yes, sir.
Astonishing.
Can I see magic?
Traces of an ancient magic, to be precise. The magic that Miriam had always believed existed, but could never. Miriam, and perhaps George, died in pursuit of knowledge that has been dormant for centuries. And you, it seems, are the key to understanding why. We were...
It all looks rather different than it did a moment ago.
Someone's coming.
Who were they?
I don't know.
Oh shit.
But, sir,
The opposite
you
here.
shouldn't be in here.
They're like 2 feet tall.
Was right.
Levioso is shit.
Seems my reputation precedes me. I was beginning to think no one was ever going to visit Rackham's vault.
And why are you here?
No need for that.
Oh.
Just give me whatever it is you found here and we can let bygones be bygones.
Sir, they have the key to the vault.
Choose your next words wisely.
I only meant that
The instructions to Vault 12 were quite clear. Sir, I must insist. I was to grant access only to one with the key, and you didn't telephone.
I have no patience for traitors. Now, where were we?
I'm not giving you anything.
Well, perhaps your young friend here will be more helpful.
This nigga here. The mutated Eminem. No, the Transformers are losing. Oh.
Are you all right?
Fine, sir.
I've never seen so powerful a goblin. He seemed wholly unaffected by my magic.
Where are we?
It can't be. It seems those who set up the pensive, the locket, and the path to birth
Oh.
wanted someone with your ability to end up here.
Oh my god.
Come,
See,
we have a sorting ceremony to get to.
why am I with the fucking like glasses? My character now actually looks like Harry. Harris. Yes. That's it. Why you look better?
Oh, good. We haven't missed the sorting ceremony. I'm no expert, but that seems more appropriate. Now, I need to study this locket as soon as I can, but first I must contact the Ministry. They need to know what happened to George and be warned of Ranrock. For the moment, I ask that you keep all that's happened this evening between you and me.
Of course, sir.
Thank you. Ready for the sorting ceremony? Phineas, Nigellus, Black. Prepare yourself to meet Master.
Fig!
Fig!
You to join us. The sorting ceremonies.
Professor.
There were complications.
Complications?
It seems the goblin problem has...
Enough. Goblins. I've no time for rumors, Fig, and I'm rapidly losing whatever patience I had left. If you're lucky, we might still be able to get you sorted this evening.
I'll be in touch.
We hear you.
Professor Weasley, we've one more to be sorted.
Welcome. You're just in time. Have a seat.
I really do look like Harry. This is insane. That talks.
Older than the others,
Lord.
aren't you? You come here with preferences and preconceptions, certain expectations.
Damn.
I'm looking forward to exploring Hogwarts and the world beyond the castle and grounds.
Indeed. Much can be gleaned by having an adventurous spirit. Professors have a great deal to teach you as well.
Yeah.
I wonder.
And he had a spicy shit, didn't he?
I detect
Wait.
something in you. A certain sense of... what is it?
Crocky? Australian ass.
Loyalty. I ain't gonna lie. It's either ambition.
Oh, there goes. Oh.
What do you think I should be? Ambition or loyalty? Let me see. Queen. But like, I'm trying to be Slytherin as well, so.
Is it ambition? I may seem single-minded, but it is important to go after what you want from life.
Interesting. You've recently learned that you possess a rare ability. I detect a growing sense of ambition, an eagerness for power. Perhaps you belong in Slytherin.
What? Why did she jump up like, oh lord?
You belong in Slytherin!
You know, I thought she was like, she looked like 50 years old.
Oh, and one more thing. Due to the unfortunate injury on the pitch in last spring's final, this year's Quidditch season has been cancelled. Enough! It's not as though I've banned flying altogether, but don't tempt me. You are here to focus on your academic futures. I'm sure you will have plenty to do before classes begin tomorrow. I said, I'm sure you all have plenty to do before classes begin tomorrow.
Quite an entrance. It's lovely to meet you. I'm...
Professor Weasley, would you be so kind as to show our new student to their common room?
I shall see to it, sir. As I was saying, I'm Professor Weasley. Pleased to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well, Professor.
As Deputy Headmistress, it is my distinct honor to show you to your common room. Right this way. Students begin as a fifth year. It may be a bit of a challenge, but one I'm sure you're up for.
I can be quite resourceful.
I suspected as much. This is the entrance to the Slytherin common room. In order to enter, one must simply speak the correct password. Aspiration.
Very well. Aspiration.
Well done. Now, go on in and get some sleep. You have a big day ahead of you tomorrow. I shall be back in the morning to collect you for your first class.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
You're welcome. I hope you enjoy your first night at Hogwarts. Sleep well.
Wait, how would the Lord Loki be like a Gryffindor? But you're a Gryffindor, right?
Mm-hmm.
How would the Lord Loki be on a bad guy? I'm assuming he's like a deluxe edition, right?
Yes.
Fucking black. That means you got the
Looks like everyone's gone.
How you gonna
Let's head to the common room.
Yeah, you literally got the big guys looking flat.
I do not know at the moment.
Alright, that man has to think of here as a con or something. You know, I'm a full-fledged, gritty ass nigga, like, well, I don't know, literally.
Revelio.
Alright, let me change this bit. Go on the default, because the default looking kind of hard right now.
You good, Mochi?
This was your default?
Huh? Wait, give me a second.
Your shit was on default, like you didn't change anything.
No settings, nope. Well, I didn't change my settings.
Okay, maybe I fucked it up. Could have been better. I fucked it up, man. Find your common room. I'm in my common room, god damn it. Now everybody in this class wants to respect me and start slapping me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm him. Oh, apple. I'm making that. Delicious. Oh, word? Oh. I'm about to bust it up. I feel like there's gotta be a better way to, like, fix the combat, because I don't like it. Ooh, baby, I love the way. Toggle. Oh, instead of holding it. Oh, okay, I see.
And Mochi love.
Well, the first
And he's back.
Gotta get used to this combat for real though. I'm looking to explore. God damn.
What?
Fuck. Fucking black
He fucked up.
I suppose some introductions are in order.
Man, why am I going through this damn cat? He's phasing through me. No.
I'm going to have my own telescope one day. I've already decided to tune it into his favorite one.
A little room, everyone.
I'm surprised you're not fixated on Venus. The amount of time you spent talking about to meet the car.
Defense against the dark arts can be intimidating, but Professor Hackett actually makes it seem manageable.
Already knew that. Revelio. That is not helpful. Can I help you? Ah, you're the new 5th year. I'm Sebastian Sallow. Welcome to Slytherin.
Thank you.
Not everyone has a ministry escort to school.
He was a friend of Professor Fig's, who merely joined us for the ride.
Still, impressive. Dreadful way to go, poor fellow. Glad you and Fig are all right.
It was dreadful, certainly, but quite an experience nonetheless.
Interesting perspective. How did you and Fig manage to escape?
It's all still a bit of a blur, to be honest.
Didn't mean to press. You just get yourself settled. We can talk more later.
What book were you reading?
A spell book I picked up. Has a few interesting things, but not exactly what I was looking for. I'm sure you'll find out soon enough. But not every spell you may need can be found in our assigned textbooks.
Are you saying some spells aren't taught at Hogwarts? Which ones?
Seems I may have met a kindred spirit. That is a conversation for another time. It was good meeting you. Good luck today.
I'm kind of disappointed you can't merge it.
If you do that, you'll lose. Trust me. I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Definitely not.
Ugh, not going to move there, are you?
Here, watch this.
Don't say I didn't warn you. Checkmate. Told you. You should have listened to me. Ah, I know who you are.
My God.
You're the new Slytherin, the one who barged in with Professor Fig last night. Interesting tactic on your first day, taking all the attention away from the first years. I'm Imelda, by the way. Shame I wasn't with you in Fig. I could have lured that dragon away. My skills on a broom are legendary.
Her skills on a broom are legendary. What you mean by that? What's it? Yo, if a witch ever told you, alright, let's say you're a wizard, right? And a witch ever told up to you, my skills on a broom are legendary. What does that mean, my guy? I understand you fly it, but you know how narrow and very okay. I'm just saying, like,
Perhaps Professor Fig's friend would have survived if we'd had your help.
Precisely. Perhaps one of these days I'll show you a thing or two about flying. I can teach you more than Kagawa ever could. Speaking of which,
you ain't
I'd
seen
like
that,
to get
right?
some time on my broom before classes.
Do you have a lot of time to fly during school?
I make the time. There's nothing like swerving through the spires of the castle and around the Quidditch pitch to clear the mind.
Do you have a lot of time to fly during school?
I make the time. There's nothing like swerving through the spires of the castle and around the Quidditch pitch to clear the mind.
I'm looking like a hustler right now. I'm about to leave here because we're about to get like 5 babies and not own none of them.
Are you a keen Wizard chess fan?
It can be possible.
You knew that boy was going to lose the match.
Not really. Much too sedate a pastime for me. Also, it's simply not that challenging. The moves are always so obvious. Why does no one else see it?
Goodbye, Imelda.
Nice meeting you.
After the classroom, what's going on? Nah, the way he said goodbye, the way he said goodbye was kind of fake. I know he's doing it right, he's doing it justice. He don't need this dependency. This dependency just don't let him.
Yeah.
I kind of want to eat everything that's around there.
This nigga is digitally a fat ass too. Ain't no fucking way.
I think I heard one. Doubt mermaids find us that interesting. Ah, based on all the chatter when you entered the common room, I'm guessing you're the new 5th year. I'm Ominous. Ominous Gaunt.
Nice to meet you, Ominous.
Well, you certainly had a memorable arrival.
Well, if I'm going to make my mark here, I had to start right away.
Ha! You're definitely in the right house. Do let me know if I can be of any help as you navigate your first days here, though I doubt you'll need it.
Were you expecting to be sorted into Slytherin?
Most certainly. My family on my father's side are direct descendants of Salazar Slytherin, one of the 4 founders of Hogwarts. Not something I'm especially proud of, mind you. He was obsessed with blood status. A pure-blood mania.
Some quests are locked by spell
most
and
of
the
his
level
descendants do not fall far from that tree.
Okay.
Did that student say he thought he heard a mermaid?
Yes, but I've never heard of a mermaid showing up outside our common room window. It is fun to play along, though. Been known to keep some first years on the lookout for hours.
Thank you, Ominous. Very nice to meet you.
Pleasure was all mine. Don't be a stranger.
God
There's a new 5th year Slytherin in here. Professor Weasley's waiting for you just by the stairs.
Keep going.
Good morning. I trust you're ready for your first day at Hogwarts?
I've been dreaming of this day for
I'm
a
about to
long
beat
time.
niggas' asses. Yes, sir.
I'm here.
Well, you are here.
Well, that red magic
Make the
looking
most
kinda.
of it. You only have one first day at Hogwarts. Now, in light of your unique
that all you got?
situation, joining us as a 5th year, You'll need to catch up with your classmates and
you
not
really let
fall
yourself get
behind.
guarded? Like,
especially as you'll be expected to complete your OWLs at the end of the year.
OWLs? Owls?
Yes, your ordinary wizarding.
You really got blindsided, nah.
They will determine what type of career you can have when you leave here. After much discussion with the headmaster and the Department of Magical Education at the Ministry, we've devised something extraordinary to ensure your success. Here you are.
What is it?
It is a wizard's field guide. It will help you to keep track of what you are learning so that you master all that's expected of a 5th year. You would be wise to take full advantage of this exceptionally valuable resource.
Thank you, Professor, but what do you mean it will keep track of learning?
Perhaps seeing it in action will answer any questions you may have.
Do I really have to do this every time? Alright, we had a new move.
This way.
Every time I learn a new spell, I have to do this. I know, but I know. I meant like having to do this stupid fucking.
Using the guide will also train you to be alert to your surroundings.
I meant this stupid mini game.
The guide will give you opportunities to practice your magic and educate yourself about wizarding lore.
I mean,
do keep up. Why don't you cast Revelio on that statue and see what details the field guide can provide?
Revelio.
I'm about to beat this nigga ass. Mink. Okay. Let me also. Oh damn! I swear. Levioso, fought nigga. Mink, mink, mink.
Clever, isn't it? Keep your eyes open for more
yes, sir.
opportunities like that, inside and outside of the castle.
He said, not bad for a beginner. No, that.
Ah, good timing. Perfect opportunity to show you how to use flue flames to get around a bit quicker. Your field guide contains a map of the castle. Open it up and find Central Hall.
Hey man, give me as many combat assignments as possible so I can learn.
Hogwarts is divided into 2 main areas. Let's sign up the masters. Students and professionals, and it includes the house common room and the grace. Think so? No, I would agree read because, you know, the arcade is the blackest one here.
Yeah. It's the fact that he cut out halfway and then he cut in. He said it can't help it if you're a black guy.
And here we are. Quite the time saver. These stairs lead directly to Central Hall. You can get almost anywhere in the castle quickly from Central Hall.
No.
This is legitimately the sketch of hairstyle, but it's black.
Always something happening here. It's the heart of the hive. Our King's Cross station, so to speak. That should be all for now. You'll be expected to attend both Charms and Defense Against the Dark Arts classes today. And I'd like to be sure you get to Hogsmeade as soon as possible to replace the supplies you lost on the way here.
Alright, now I'll go to Charms.
What will I learn in Charms class?
What do you mean up to
What
now?
you might expect. Spells,
Word?
charms, jinxes.
That's
all
crazy,
terribly
y'all.
useful.
He's
I
like, what are
think
you
you'll
up to
enjoy
now?
Professor Ronan. He's a clever and entertaining wizard, and a talented teacher.
You mean the first black? What the fuck is going on?
Can you tell me more about the Defense Against the Dark Arts class?
Defense Against the Dark Arts, as the name implies, focuses on how to defend oneself against the
I was about to
evils
say, why does man sound like a sleeping tiger?
A mastery of Defense Against the Dark Arts is required for those who aspire to become aurors. Fortunately, we are lucky to have the ever-gifted Professor Hecat in charge of our students' education in that regard.
You mentioned Hogsmeade, Professor.
Oh, this is supposed to be the
Only
bathroom?
all-wizarding village in Britain, and is home to an
Bitch,
array
what the
of
fuck?
shops and pubs. You
I
should
just
be
heard a
able to
giant
find
thud.
all of the school supplies
That's an
you
eyeball,
require
wait a
in
minute.
Hogsmeade. You will also, I imagine, enjoy a butterbeer there with friends in due course.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
A lot to absorb on your first day, and you have much to learn. Happily, your professors have agreed to create additional assignments for you outside of class. You'll be up to speed in no time. Judging by your adept use of Revelio earlier, I'd say Professor Fig succeeded in at least showing you the basics.
He did, Professor.
He's been terribly vague as to the events preceding your arrival, specifically about what happened after that awful dragon attack. My suspicion is
The
that there's
black
more
Harry
to the
Potter.
story than a search for belongings and an extended trip up to the castle.
I'm not gonna lie. Can you go into the light? I can't see your face in this stand. What's this? Huh? What's this?
I'm sorry, Professor, but I'm afraid that's all there is to it.
Almost precisely what Professor Fig said. Speak of the devil, Professor Fig. Your ears must have been burning.
Oh?
Yes. You seem to have provided our new fifth year with a solid foundation in the basics of spellcasting.
Ah, I'm afraid I can't take all the credit there, Professor. They've a rare aptitude for magic, it seems.
Well, I'm just glad you both arrived in one piece. Perfectly good boats and carriages to Hogwarts, and you chose to fly in the path of a dragon.
I wouldn't say I chose the dragon's path, Professor. Rather unfortunately, it would seem that it chose us.
Very well. Enough chit-chat. I need to get to class myself. Might I rely on you, Professor Fig, to explain the details of the field guide's map?
Of course.
Thank you.
Every
Good
time
luck
I gotta
today.
do this.
And remember to use your field guide. It will be invaluable to you.
I see you.
And invaluable to me, as I'll be using it to keep up to date on your progress.
Yes, Professor.
Come and find me in my classroom after you've attended both classes today, and I'll explain more about those assignments I mentioned. And we'll see if we can't get you to Hogsmeade for those supplies.
Revelio.
Do you think it's painful?
It's good to see you, Professor.
And you. I was hoping our paths would cross today, before you immersed yourself in studies. Did I hear you masterfully evade Professor Weasley's interrogation regarding our late arrival?
I did my best, but I'm fairly certain she suspects that we're not being entirely forthcoming.
Yes, well, Professor Weasley is a brilliant and astute witch. It was right to keep the details to yourself for now. We don't know where this path we've embarked upon will lead. It may require a bit more flexibility with your time than she would approve of. And she may feel obliged to share details with the headmaster that would be better left between us.
Understood, Professor.
Good. Now, as capable as you are, I believe the ability you possess obliges you to be well-trained. Happily, you have the benefit of an exceptionally skilled team of
She's been
witches and
obsessed with
wizards
the
to guide
sound
you.
mode.
Speaking of guides, and so that I may avoid another not-so-subtle reproof from Professor Weasley, why don't I show you the clever enchantment we included in the
Oh yeah,
field
it's over
guides
for this
map?
nigga.
Unfold
Fucking
it and have a look.
not sir. We can hear you. Oh wait, I'm being cooked. Wait a minute. We said we could hear me.
The map is enchanted to help you find your way.
This will be incredibly helpful. Thank you.
Now, sounds like you've quite a day ahead, what with classes and a trip to Hogsmeade for supplies, including your own wand. You'll enjoy Mr. Ollivander.
No!
He's an exceptional craftsman and a good friend. I shall reach out when I have more information about our mysterious locket. For now, focus on your classes and pay attention. More than your owls may hinge on the magic you are able to master within these walls.
Oh nah. We gotta do it over. She sound like a character off Black Panther. No way. I'm not losing to a nigga named to a girl named Not Sai. Yeah, get your shit pushed. Damn it. And then she walked away all like as if she was doing some shit. Nah.
You made your point.
Hit that 50, hit that 50, hit that 50. Yay! Alright. I did pet shit, man. Nah, I need to get it. What? I still won. Yo. Lord. You see, technically we tied, so I'm coming back for the rematch. You feel me? Yes. Yes, I. No, I'm not that one. Okay.
What are you up to now?
I'm not safe. You're not safe. No. You're not safe. Yeah, so come on, now. I'm gonna be in-house nigga. I got privileges. Nah, that was back then.
Revelio.
No. You're the only one with the problem.
Oh. You saw the eyeball, right? Nah, there's a fucking chest with an eyeball in it.
Like, look at this. This shit clean your whole asshole out.
Jesus Christ, let me see this shit. What the fuck?
Oh yeah, your whole asshole clean. Nah, I'm gonna do it. I just got a long hair. I'm a fuck boy.
She definitely African, what the hell?
So why is it that the first toilet got clogged and that shit has a hyper fucking reflow and then just do a slow toilet? And it's just about this shit. What? What the shit? Someone was doing crack in here? Oh no, they gave someone was doing cocaine in this.
I don't you expect to get in the party with no perks. Damn them.
Certainly suits you.
Is this the mirror that talked to me?
Revelio.
How do you know I don't think they love you over there?
Dearie me, you are a lost cause, aren't you?
Revelio.
Look at your hair, your complexion. Whatever it is, they'll all want to know your secrets.
Gear.
Okay, now she complimenting. Now I'm moving to the back.
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
Oh.
I was in the female bathroom.
Not this nigga in the fucking gender dude.
Now I was in the female bathroom.
Oh, never mind.
Nah, that first toilet, it was for a pretty good. It was for a pretty good. She needed a hyper. Nah. Look, keep this. Every other toilet was water went all in my hair. What the fuck? This shit fighting back.
Revelio.
Why am I on the book?
Lumos.
I don't know if I'm gonna open this tab.
Hello there, I don't like.
Handy resource indeed, your field guide. I
still want to know why I'm holding the book. Oh wait, no, I'm not holding the book no more. I was gonna say, up on the D-pad you can, it has a
Revelio
thing tracks with a fucking light, like you can see on my screen. Oh, bitch! Wait a minute. Why is mine look like that? No.
Here, behind you. There is an open seat here.
Thank you.
Hello, I am Nettie. So you are the new student. Have you met Professor Ronnie yet?
Shall we begin? Welcome to year 5 of charm. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work, but I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge. Right, now, everyone, please open your textbooks to page 517. But before we begin, can anyone here tell me the difference between the incantations of the color change and growth charms? Anyone? Anyone? I am afraid it is too late to study now. My, the summer months must have really taken a toll on you all. By the looks of it, you all spent your holidays practicing Obliviate on one another. Do you even remember how to perform a basic summoning charm?
Extra assignments?
It seems that we are in dire need of review. Everyone get into pairs and take positions on opposite sides of the classroom.
Damn, she said you'll find the time, bitch.
Use as the blunt objects you so believe they are, and take turns summoning them out of one another's hands.
Bitch, you better find time.
Only needed per partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you. Get into place now.
That's where the word uplifting.
Accio.
That is not bad.
You are a swift learner. I see a lot of potential, but remember, potential is nothing without practice. Keep at it. You might just rival Miss Onai here. Very good, everyone. That's enough of that. Well, as you all seem to have the basics down, and it is an exceptionally lovely day, I was thinking that we might have ourselves a little excursion outside for a spot of fresh air. After me.
Do we really gotta follow this Indian there? That actually think it sounds like
I've always found that fun goes hand in hand with mastery, as I'm sure the Quidditch players amongst us would agree. So, what better than a bit of sport to put our prowess with the summoning charm to the test, right? So why don't we have our newest student start us off?
I'm not going to Sebastian. That nigga weak. Wow, I need my fucking match back.
Very simply, cast Accio on one of the spheres. Relinquish your charm. Very good. Not to worry. Now, think of this like gobstones, if you will. But in splendid! Excellent control there.
Got 3 broomsticks.
Very good. Points to Slytherin. But there's certainly
sound
no
of
sport
broomsticks.
in playing without some friendly competition. Miss Onai, would you care to give our new student a bit of a challenge? Come on up. You'll be the blues, just as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Damn, I smacked the shit out of the cat. Why do the cats look the same? Some of them have the same face.
Stay focused.
Watch this. There we go.
He said, I'll kill you.
Oh dear. Let us see this.
Damn. She got 0, she got 80. Oh no, I thought I was getting cooked. But damn. Wait, how do you 0 point though? That's what. Oh, he pulled it all the way down. I see.
Let us make this a bit more interesting, shall we?
I think we are well past interesting at this point.
I'll say.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it. This round settles it all.
Here we go!
That's it.
Watch this. That is how it's done.
Happens to the best of us.
Let let us begin. Well done.
Very good, both of you. Well done.
Class is dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
Well done back there. You took the loss in stride. Didn't want to go too easy on you. Took me weeks to become proficient with Accio. Took weeks for me to get anything right when I transferred here. It gets easier, I promise.
Huh?
That's good to hear. It's a lot to take in all at once.
To put it lightly, I remember how I felt when I first arrived. I transferred here from Ouagadougou just before my 4th year. My mother received an offer to teach divination here. Before I knew it, we had left Uganda and were halfway around the world at a new school in a new country.
This may seem an odd question, but is magic the same there as it is here?
Mostly, yes. But I did have to learn how to use a wand when I arrived here. Hardly anyone at Ouagadougou uses one.
You can cast spells without a wand?
Oh, yes. I find wandless magic to be much more instinctive. Not to mention quite convenient if one is without their wand. I must admit, however, that I am growing quite fond of using a wand. It seems very dramatic.
Is Ouagadougou a castle, like Hogwarts?
Its address is Mountains of the Moon. It is not so much a castle as a beautiful edifice carved out of the mountainside. I remember the first time I saw it, the mist was so thick I could hardly make out anything at all. And then it just materialized before me, this enormous school that seemed to be floating in midair.
Is Ouagadougou much bigger than Hogwarts?
Ouagadougou School
Nah,
of
nigga,
Magic
come back here.
is the
Yeah.
largest wizarding school in the world. So yes, bigger than Hogwarts. But it never seemed intimidating or overwhelming to me. It always felt like home.
It's nice to learn about another wizarding school.
Thank you for asking. I do miss Ouagadougou, but I am glad to be here at Hogwarts. Ah, I think Professor Ronan wants to talk to you. Better not keep him waiting. Until next time.
Of course, you can use Accio on humans, if you're so inclined.
Well,
a word
you'd be using warm clothing, to be precise, Sebastian. You know it won't work on humans.
You wanted to speak with me, Professor?
I did. I trust your first charms lesson lived up to expectation?
Well, an outdoor competition wasn't exactly the lesson I was expecting, sir.
What charm is there in the expected? Miss Onai is a talented witch. Take it in stride. One often gains the most from the battles one has lost.
Of course, Professor. It was a challenging match.
Miss Onai is always a fierce competitor. Though
That was the sound. Sorry for the sound of your head. This crazy.
Now, Professor Weasley has asked that your professors give you instruction outside of the ordinary curriculum. Expect to hear from me soon regarding a special assignment that I am preparing for you.
After my brother learned the summoning charm,
What the
it was constant
fuck?
Accio this, Accio that, cutlery flying everywhere. Quite unsafe, really.
And she wear no boots just because she wouldn't relate.
Sick of this nigga, bro.
Oh my god.
Hello there.
You're the new student, aren't you?
Hello. You wanted to speak to me?
Samantha Dale. I've been eager to meet you. You're the student everyone's been whispering about. Hope your first day's going well. You certainly seem to hold your own in charms.
I've been fortunate. Beginner's luck.
My brother William would tell you not to be so humble and to trust your abilities. Then again, he tends to be overconfident in his. Well, better see to my charms homework. I'm afraid I can't count on beginner's luck to impress Professor Ronan.
Look at her waiting for me out of class. I knew this, man.
Lumos. Revelio.
Oh no, y'all went to a breakup phase. It's some bullshit. Yeah, y'all talking about this? Get y'all. I would be this one nigga. So what's going on with y'all niggas? I'm not that black. After murdering somebody, I have to pay him back.
Werewolves, where were you? In the Goblin Rebellion of 1752.
I'm gonna put every cat up in this game, man. It's gotta be G-Man. Oh, like, okay. No more pets. Damn. Oh, I got that.
Revelio. Revelio. Revelio.
How nice to see you, my young friend.
Revelio. Revelio.
I'm on something no, but oh wait. Okay, maybe I'm on the so the unicorn is 4, 12. Like endless possibilities.
Yeah. What the fuck am I? Oh. Damn. That's not the mission I'm trying to. You know what? I'm gonna keep this one next thing. Bitch. I was like, how the fuck am I supposed to find any of them? That's an issue for another day. Man, I don't give a fuck about her gobstone, nigga. I just wanna. And what the hell is that nigga doing though?
Revelio.
Oh, there was a square button this time.
I don't think a single
Repario! So how is this gonna help me fight niggas? That's the question.
Revelio.
Level 3. 2 out of 3 assignments completed. What's next? it's this one.
Revelio.
Let me get this thing.
Revelio.
What are you up to now?
Revelio.
How? Turn this shit off.
Are we?
Revelio.
And then walk.
Handy resource indeed, your field.
Revelio.
You can't imagine how inconvenient travel was before I invented flu powder.
What the fuck are you looking at?
Is that all you've got?
Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd
Why
be
do you
good
look
enough
like
to
Luke
blast
Cage?
each other to pieces in your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the great poacher raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it.
I forgot that shit stopped.
Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. To the wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
I don't like to take it to the level of my iron charger.
I use black.
Levioso.
Now, let's try something a little larger. Let us begin with the basic cast. See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast. Remember, a surprise. Now, well done. Very good, but the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel, using only Levioso, basic cast, and Protego. You may begin.
What a fuck, then. She go.
This should be easy. You're good. How perspective.
Lucky.
Nothing lucky about it.
A customer?
Protego. Let's just say I'm a quick learner.
Not bad for a beginner. You give as good as you get.
I put you on the spot, and you rose to the challenge. Points to Slytherin.
Thank you, Professor Hecat. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand excellence from my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely.
Understood, Professor.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for you. Again, well done today. I shall reach out soon with additional assignments. All right. That's enough spectacle for one day. Class is dismissed.
Oh, I'm not much for dueling. I prefer to keep things friendly.
I'd hate to face Professor Hackett in a duel.
Always thought Levioso was for first years. Not anymore.
Why your shit look like so pixelated? Oh my god. What the shit? Alright, well, I'm wearing a green hat now. This is
dark wizards that'll fear you, not the other way around.
Nice work.
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something. Everyone was talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice? Felt more like I was dueling an expert. Didn't expect a new student to be so deft with a wand. Then again, perhaps this wasn't your first duel.
In fact, it was. Perhaps I have a knack for it.
Be coy if you like, but I know better. Magic requires intention and talent. You know, you might be a perfect fit for a certain exclusive, unsanctioned dueling organization.
Exclusive and unsanctioned. Count me in.
Excellent. Knew I was right about you. If you want to get the most out of your time at Hogwarts, you're going to need to break the rules now and then. Whether it's joining a secret dueling club, or sneaking into the restricted section of the library, you just have to be clever enough not to get caught.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll keep that in mind.
Good. Pleasure chatting with you. I'm sure I'll see you soon. Perhaps somewhere unsanctioned? We'll see if your performance today was sheer luck, or actual skill. Look for Luke and Brattleby near the clock tower entrance. If you're interested. Till next time.
You drilled Sebastian. He's strong competition. Well done.
I think you can. Should be an Austin for that.
Whee! Oh, not again. Here I've come from the toilet bowl where she said I could swim, did you praxia mole? As long as 'twere only one time per week, I can... Lavatory, not for the meek. These peas will make me late. He tried to stop me, did rancorous carp, sought to trap me, confine me inside of a jar. But he failed, as did his containment charms, so I took my revenge to wreak havoc and harm. It was granted my privileges be handsome indeed, or I'd fire up the cannon, and so she agreed. To draw up a contract with her, not with him, that if I behaved, I'd have one weekly swim.
Oh, don't do that.
Whee!
That's not necessary.
Revelio.
Ooh, Dragon Heart. Yeah.
Dragon Heart.
It was an accident.
Revelio. Accio. Lumos. Levioso. Accio. Revelio.
And I just made my first one. Damn, all my shit going.
Glad you could make it. Lucan's just over there. Accio! Levioso! Revelio.
Can I help you?
Sebastian told me to see you about a club.
If Sebastian vouches for you, that's all I need to know. I coordinate duels for crossed ones. A dueling club of sorts. It's invitation only, so you must have really impressed Sebastian.
I seem to have a knack for dueling.
Then you've come to the right place.
How does cross wands work exactly?
You show up, I match you with other duelists, and whoever is still standing in the end wins. It's our way of determining the school's greatest duelist once and for all. And to liven things up, the winner is awarded a prize. Interested?
Damn.
Of course. Dueling's an entertaining pastime.
I agree. Besides, in crossed ones, you can duel with a partner if you like. Your first time I'll pair you with Sebastian. Next time, you'll need to bring a partner along, or duel alone. So, care to step into
Thomas
the ring?
Brown. That is the most black name.
Spectacular! Let the fireworks begin!
We'll make you regret signing up.
You're better than that. Ringo.
That looks painful. Care to try another round?
Yes, don't count me out yet.
Brilliant!
Pity more people can't watch the duels.
Nice work. Sebastian wasn't wrong about you. There's strong competition ahead, but keep this up and you could be the next school champion.
Brilliant. Count me in.
I shall. Now, it takes time to organise these duels, but check with me later. I may have something lined up for you. Again, congratulations on your first crossed ones victory. Well fought. Hope to see you back here again.
No. Come back here, book. Come back here.
Revelio.
Oh, Lord. That book got lucky as fuck.
Fills our stone hearts with
Oh, no, it didn't.
such arrogance. Oh, my man. Not one of them deserves more than a tea.
Revelio.
Yes, sir. Mine.
Then it's not on your nose.
You want to play it in a couple minutes? You want to play it in a couple minutes, or?
What about the room, Professor?
I was thinking the same thing, Deke. Perhaps you could help.
I'm guessing that's a no, or yes, I don't know.
Oh, excuse, Deke.
Ah, there you are. I trust your first classes went well?
They did, Professor.
I heard as much from Professors Hackett
What
and
are you-
Ronan. Seems Professor Fig taught you quite a bit before you arrived.
I'm about to
I'd
whip this bitch
wager
ass.
there's a good deal more to your travels here than
Will
what
you?
you've told me. Isn't there?
Nothing more, Professor.
I see.
Damn.
Like trying to get a sonnet from a streeler. Regardless, you must continue to build upon what you've learned. In that regard, I've asked your professors to
that's
help hasten
real
your
nice.
progress with some extra assignments.
I'm not sure I have time for extra assignments, Professor.
You shall find the time. You'd be astonished to know just how much you don't know. In fact,
Ow.
Professor Ronan will meet you outside momentarily to assign your first one. Now, regarding the trip to
Ancient
Hogsmeade
magic,
I mentioned
girl.
earlier, we've arranged to replace the supplies
Mink.
lost on your way here, including seeds, potion recipes, and spellcrafts.
Thank you, Professor.
And Mr. Ollivander,
I'm just throwing the whole town in his ass.
perfect wand.
Word,
You've managed your
word.
classes
Damn,
well
she got
with the
smacked.
third wand, but you'll find the magic you cast with your own
Nope.
wand to be far superior.
Oh, the next is prepared for me for this shit. Mink.
I've never heard of a spellcraft before, Professor. What is it?
A spellcraft is a recipe of sorts used when conjuring objects. I shall explain more about them when you begin working with transfiguration magic.
Can you tell me more about the potions shop, Professor?
J. Pippin's Potions stocks a wide
No,
array of
I've heard-
potions ingredients, although they
Yeah, touch
rarely
bad.
sell recipes. Professor Sharp asked that they have a couple of particular recipes on hand for you.
There's an Ollivander's in Hogsmeade.
There is. Most people are familiar with the shop in Diagon Alley. We're fortunate to have someone like him nearby. Mr. Ollivander is a genuine craftsman and highly skilled wand maker. I would trust no one else
I wish there
to
was like
pair
a
me with a wand.
perfect dodge.
I'm eager to get to Hogsmeade.
Very well. I'd like you to make your first visit to the village with a
Damn
classmate.
it! So I wish
Help
the
you get
game
your
had
bearings.
perfect dodge.
Perhaps Sebastian Sallow or Natsai Onai. I've noticed you spending time with them.
Oh, I wish I wasn't either. That's crazy.
I'd like to go with Natty.
Excellent choice. Miss Onai is one of our most talented students. And she knows the area. She'll keep you well clear of any of Victor Rookwood's undesirables en route.
Rookwood?
A rather unsavory local.
Damn.
Best to avoid him and his associates, including his right hand of sorts, Theophilus Harlow, if you can. Once you've finished Professor Ronan's assignment, your friend will meet you at the castle doors. No time to waste. The sooner you complete your work, the sooner you can enjoy butterbeer at the Three Broomsticks.
Kamehameha! And I just...
You've been practicing. I'm terrified of people.
How nice to see you, my young friend.
Ah, there you are.
You have a new spell to teach me, Professor.
Indeed I do, and an exceedingly useful one at that. The mending charm, Reparo. Fixes things right up, makes a broken object good as new in the blink of an eye.
It seems as if that might come in handy.
More frequently than one would imagine. As Professor Weasley mentioned, I am not the only one who will be teaching you spells outside of class in an effort to catch you up with your peers. A number of your professors have agreed to do so as well, but first, each shall ask that you complete a few preliminary tasks to hone your magic. I have arranged some for today. See them through and then report back to me. We will have you casting Reparo in no time.
Why must I first complete tasks to learn Reparo?
No lesson or lecture can compare to first-hand experience. And these tasks should provide you with just that. Such experience is invaluable when mastering any new bit of magic.
I'll start on the task right away, Professor. Revelio. This is the right area. Got it. A flying page must be around here somewhere. Accio! Brilliant.
I trust the preliminary task.
I completed the assignments, Professor.
Marvelous. You clearly know your way around basic charms. Let us give the old mending charm a try then, shall we? Remember to be deliberate in your enunciation and movements. I want to see some vigor. Now, wand at the ready.
Yes, sir.
Remember, your wand is a conduit of your magic. That's it. Very good. If you would like to practice mending something, have a go with that broken statue in the alcove by the water. It allegedly symbolized heartbreak. Perhaps a jilted lover thought it too accurate and lashed out.
Repairer.
Nicely done. Works like a charm, doesn't it?
Revelio. Revelio. Accio.
Hello, looking for me?
Natty, I hope I haven't kept you waiting long.
Not at all. Professor Weasley tells me that you need to go to Hogsmeade. You must be eager to have your own things again. And to see the village.
I've been looking forward to it.
Who the fuck is Mario Judah?
Shall we set off? I intend to give you a first-rate Hogsmeade experience. I was glad Professor Weasley asked me to accompany you.
Really?
Yes, I had planned to extend an invitation to you myself. I thought you might enjoy a butterbeer in the village. The timing of Professor Weasley's owl was perfect.
Why sound like one of the villains in the game?
I've missed class for a week to soak in that tub.
Wish I could see what Hogwarts looks like from my
I cannot tell you how nice it is to breathe fresh air after being cooped up in ancient rooms. Grave mistake to take it as an elective class, believe me.
I believe you.
Though I suppose you would not really call it elective when your mother was the one who elected that you take it. Hogsmeade is beautiful this time of year. Everyone will tell you to visit at Christmas. But that's one of the few times of year I would rather be indoors.
He's black.
Not much for the cold, are you?
Oh, I do not mind the cold so much, but it has taken some getting used to. I did not grow up around snow. Oh, wait, over here. I often spot lacewing flies in this area.
Oh? What's so special about them?
They are interesting to look at.
Leviosa!
But if you stew them, you can also use them in potion making.
Accio! Leviosa!
From the Forbidden Forest. Hippogriffs. I wonder if something startled them. I heard rumors that hippogriffs had been spotted nearby.
Do you think Poppy's already seen the hippogriffs?
Absolutely.
Likely already made.
That's the Forbidden Forest on the left. It's off limits to students, as the name implies.
Why is it off limits?
The professors claim it is too dangerous. I think that calling it forbidden only makes it more alluring. Ah, there's Hogsmeade over the crest. Past that ruin. I would spend all of my time exploring if I could.
I confess I was surprised when Professor Weasley mentioned that you knew the area, since you're relatively new here.
She said that? She knows more about me than I had thought. I will say, while I certainly learn a great deal in class, much can be gleaned outside of the castle walls.
Damn, why that nigga walking to me like that?
How are you settling in?
There we go.
I remember the weeks that followed my arrival feeling quite strange. Everything was so new and unfamiliar.
I'm getting used to things. What about you? Do you finally feel settled?
I still miss my homeland. But it is beautiful here too. And getting out of the castle and exploring helped me to adjust quite a bit. Hogwarts has become something of a home now, I would say. Hopefully it will for you too. Mr. Moon! He is the Hogwarts caretaker. Looks a bit worse for wear. Hello, Mr. Moon. Have you met our new fifth year?
Pleasure. You might want to turn back, Miss Onai. Turn and run.
Is everything all right, sir?
Oh, it looked right at me. Eyes big as saucers.
What did Mr. Moon?
Jemmy, guys. Ugly and airy and terrifying. I shall be at the castle where it's safe. Good luck to both of you.
I went to my
Oh,
room.
Mr. Moon. A demiguise. I think he had too much fun in the village. I will say that I have never seen him in such a state. Nearly there. There is much to see outside. I am happy to explore whenever you'd like. Rumors being what they are about goblins and such, it might be nice to have a friend with you.
I'll keep that in mind, Natty. Thank you.
And here we are. It is hard to know where to start. The Three Broomsticks is the place for butterbeer. And you can get any sweet you can imagine at Honeyduke's.
What is this?
I could not choose a favorite shop here. It changes with every visit. I can tell you that you are certain to find everything you need in Hogsmeade. Professor Weasley said that you need to get potion recipes, spellcraft, some seeds, and...
A new wand?
Of course! You will enjoy Mr. Ollivander, and I am keen to see what you will do with a wand of your own. You should be able to collect everything you need and still have time to explore a little as well. Experience Hogsmeade at your own pace. We can meet up in the town circle when you are finished. Enjoy yourself. I will see you soon.
Merlin's blooming beard. Not again.
Whatever that shit is, I want it.
I'll be right with.
Yes, sir.
Ah, it's you. Just a moment, please.
Hello, sir. I'm looking
for a new wand. Yes, it's about time.
Yes, about time?
Well, you're our new fifth-year student, are you not? Oh, what am I saying? Of course you are. Gerbold Ollivander's the name. But of course, you'll have heard of the Ollivanders, I'm sure. Finest wand makers in the world.
No, I won't possess. He's a bad duelist.
Truly. Now, come with me. Let's find you the perfect wand, shall we? No.
Oh, I like this.
No, not you. Yes. Yes. Powerful core.
Yes, sir.
10.5 inches. You might do. Here, give this one a try. Well, go ahead, swish. How odd. Once more, come on, really swish it. Oh dear. Well, this isn't a good match at all, is it?
Fucking Grinch looking ass bitch. Like,
we'll find you something, not to worry. No, not you. Perhaps. Yes. A rare wood, 13 3/4 inches, dragon heartstring. Let's give this one a try.
Mink.
Oh, goodness. Looks like it's back to the shelf for you. This is proving to be trickier than I had anticipated. How perplexing. Where are you? Perhaps you? There you are.
We cooking, yay!
Yes.
We get this niggas.
I think you might be the one. Here, take it.
Curious indeed.
How intriguing.
Jesus Christ.
Curious indeed.
How intriguing.
I'm gonna do this locker secret and then one.
Curious indeed.
You said you hate Today Tuesday? Oh.
How intriguing.
Yes, sir.
A unicorn hair wand is most reliable and faithful to its owner. A dragon heartstring wand is most powerful and learns quickly.
Curious indeed.
How intriguing.
Curious indeed.
What do you think?
Another wand, another beginning of a bright and magical future. Now, how did that feel?
Good. Different. I sensed a sort of surge of some kind.
A match. Your connection seemed particularly powerful. The right wand will learn from you, just as you learn from it.
I'm eager to try it out.
I would imagine so. A wand with a dragon heartstring core is capable of dazzling magic. And the bond between you and your wand should only grow stronger. Do not be surprised at your new wand's ability to perceive your intentions, particularly in a moment of need.
That sounds wonderful, Mr. Ollivander.
I'll let you get to it. Do come and see me again if ever I can be of further assistance.
Oh, you already got the new one. Oh, currently just a dual Hogwarts University. North Campus.
House elves are wizardkind's best.
Oh. Oh, I still haven't gotten the broom yet.
Welcome to J. Pippin's Potions.
I want a black griffin.
Oh, thank goodness. When I heard the bell, I thought you were Miss Lawang. Not that she deigns to come here. Though, I don't believe I've seen your face here before, either.
It's my first time in Hogsmeade, actually.
Is it really? Well, Parry Pippin at your service. And this is J. Pippin's Potions. Potions for all ailments. You'll have read it on the sign, of course, but Grandfather always made me say it in full. How may I help you today?
Professor Weasley sent me to collect some recipes. I'm new at Hogwarts.
You're the student she sent the owl about. I set your things aside immediately. I suspected if you're anything like I was at your age, you'd want your potion supplies. Is it not the most fascinating art, potion making? Rivals anything you can do with a wand, I've always said.
Are potions really that versatile?
They may not be as showy as spellwork, but make no mistake, they are just as powerful. They can heal, destroy, protect. You'll discover all of this soon enough. As it's your first time in, I should mention that it's not just potion recipes I sell. I also offer ready-made drafts for all manner of uses.
The fire-making spell? I like those words.
From time to time. Pop in when you can so you don't miss out on anything. But for now, let's get you those recipes, shall we?
Yes, sir.
What can I do for you today? Feel free to take a look at the rest of my inventory, or come back another time if you're in a rush today.
Open the door. Here we go.
an inquiring mind.
Pardon me, sir. I'm here for the spellcrafts Professor Weasley ordered.
Matilda's student.
Your character
I thought I might be seeing you
I can't
soon.
even lie.
I am the proprietor here.
Your character looked like a
Thomas
female.
Brown. I take it you've had a conjuring lesson then?
I'm afraid I haven't yet, sir.
Ah, but you will soon enough. It is magic at its purest.
Yes.
Creating something out of nothing. Of course, it is not without complexity. But that is where my spellcrafts come in. Stay the course, and you could soon impress even Professor Weasley.
That's certainly something to aspire to, Mr. Brown. I look forward to that day.
And I, too, see in it. Spellcrafts are incredibly useful for conjuring unique items like custom pieces of furniture or decoration. But I shall let Professor Weasley do the teaching.
About to whoop that
For
nigga
now,
ass.
Let's get the spellcrafts you need. A potting table and a potion station. Yes?
I believe so, sir.
Good. Nothing like being able to grow your own ingredients and brew what you want when you want. Let's have a look. Let's look at what we have, shall we?
Ew. Apologies, man. I'm about to whoop this nigga hit their ass.
Feel free to take a look around at the rest of my
Specifically him.
inventory.
Oh, they're levitating me? No. I pressed the wrong button. What I meant to press was there we go. I keep sharing my screen and he keeps no. Yo, nigga, like.
Well, hello there.
Pardon me, sir.
I pressed the wrong
I'm here for
button
the
and I
seeds Professor
died.
Weasley arranged for me to collect.
That's fucking
Oh, the
crazy.
dittany for the new 5th year. I take it that's you then. Merlin's beard. Starting Hogwarts as a 5th year. You must be positively reeling from it all.
Not at all.
I
I'm
was
choosing
jealous,
to see
what?
it all as one big adventure.
Well, bravo. Not everyone has the temperament to take things as they come. Name's Timothy Teasdale, by the way. And this is my shop, the Magic Neep. I keep the cart out here because I like a good chat. Can't very well be in the thick of things if I'm hidden away inside now, can I?
I keep pressing the wrong button, damn it, bro.
In addition to seeds, I have plenty of plants. Grow everything myself. My speciality is potion ingredients. Even Pippin purchases from me. But what say we get you a packet of Dittany seeds?
Let me guess. You're after something fresh.
Do have a look around. Plenty of ingredients to pique your interest, I'd wager.
Revelio. Well, that's everything. Better go and find them.
You fucking serious, mate? Okay, get out, Jeffrey. No!
Ah,
fuck!
I have everything. I see what you meant about not being able to pick a favorite shop.
We should walk around a bit more. Perhaps today is the day I finally pick one.
Damn it.
Draw it away from the building! Away from the village!
Texas, like. Bro, aren't I supposed to? Wait a minute. I just realized it's a 2-on-3. This is not fair.
Are we weakening him at all?
We have to let him down!
So I can just throw shit at niggas at the prison.
What was that?
I was trying to beat him in his own game.
I like it too much!
Get out, taxi. Alright. Yes, sir. There we go.
Goodness! A second troll! Did you two take on a fully grown troll?
Me?
By yourselves?
I suppose so. It's all a bit of a blur, to be honest.
Merlin's beard. Are you all right?
We are, and we were glad to help.
I'd say help is a bit of an understatement.
Me?
Nerve like that. The makings of an aura, if you ask me. If you are unharmed, perhaps the two of you wouldn't mind helping me put a few things back to where they were.
Of course, officer.
Singer. Officer Singer. And thank you, again.
moment if you would.
I will see what he wants.
Reparo.
Alright, going back to Professor Hellcat. No, let's call him Hellcat.
One less thing.
Reparo. Revelio.
We were just talking about you.
Hello, sir. I don't believe we've met.
Allow me to introduce myself, Augustus Hill, clothier extraordinaire. I should like to thank you for your remarkable bravery in fighting those trolls, and not to mention your help restoring Hogsmeade to its rightful state.
I was happy to help.
Frankly, you deserve an Order of Merlin. But I can offer you something much more useful. I own Gladrag's wizardware, and among my inventory are some unique items that afford certain protections, as it were. Life-saving protections. And as I suspect this won't be your last dangerous encounter, I'd like to give you one such set of robes. In thanks for what you did today.
I don't know why I said it like that, but I'm trying to learn new spells.
Thank you, Mr. Hill. That's very generous of you.
It's the least I can do. Now, let's try this on for size, shall we?
He's gonna release
Plenty for your perusal today. Take your time.
There we go.
What an extraordinary introduction to Hogsmeade. I would say that we, and you in particular, have earned at least one butterbeer. Shall we head to the Three Broomsticks?
Sounds like a good idea.
Wonderful. Just down this way then.
I sell even more battle-worthy items. Should you be inclined, you're most welcome to peruse my shop at your leisure. Revelio. Accio. Levioso.
Lumos.
Accio. Levioso. Reparo.
Assuming it is not too busy, you might even meet Serona, the owner. She is a charming hostess and a powerful witch. Good one to know.
Alright, well. I guess I'm whooping niggas' asses. And, what's this shit called? I don't remember what it's called, but it's basically fight night tournament, magic night, fight night.
You said you could get to the child when they came to Hogsmeade, that all you needed was a distraction. I gave you a distraction.
I just watched a student take down your distraction. Who's this child? What are you not telling me?
All you need to know is that if you cannot get to the child, then you have no value to me.
Let's go.
Did they see us?
I don't think so.
What was that goblin doing with Victor Rookwood?
Ranrock
I don't even know the nigga for real, like.
Rookwood.
The goblin from the Daily Prophet. I knew I'd seen him somewhere. Quickly, let's get inside the 3 broomsticks.
It's a treat to see you, Lodgok. I shall let you know if I hear anything.
Thank you, Sirona.
You be well.
There was someone staring at us. Oh, nah.
No, what can
I smell an op.
Oh, there's a face I haven't seen before.
It's my first time here.
Welcome. Butterbeer's on me. Heard about the attack. I shall be looking in on the other shopkeepers and residents shortly. Glad to see you two escaped injury.
Thanks to this one, single-handedly took down a troll.
Is that right? Well done.
Thanks for this.
My pleasure. I will say, trolls in Hogsmeade. That's never happened before. Something's not right. The only brutes we usually have to deal with are... How timely.
Was that Lodgok I saw leaving just now? Your clientele's not what it used to be, Sirona.
Not to worry, Victor. Once the two of you leave, the caliber of my clientele will greatly improve. I wouldn't do that if I were you, Theophilus.
Come now. No need for theatrics. I'm only here for this one anyway.
My friend is enjoying a well-earned butterbeer.
Only want a quick word.
Perhaps you didn't hear me. I said, my friend is busy.
One would think you all had enough bloodshed for one day. Come, Theophilus. The 3 broomsticks isn't what it used to be. Let's take our galleons elsewhere.
Right. Yeah.
Can't drink butterbeer forever.
How the fuck do I equip it?
Seems you've made an unfortunate enemy. Watch your back. Rookwood and Harlow are worse than any troll you might encounter.
Trolls, Ranrock, and Rookwood. What are you not telling me?
I promised to tell you everything.
Where the fuck is the magic
But it's
at?
perhaps best I do that later.
I think that now might be a good time to head back to the castle.
I'm not trying to do rebellion. I'm not trying to do it. Fuck.
I am certainly glad Sirona was there.
And that she isn't intimidated by thugs like Rookwood and Harlow.
I want to understand what's going on, and I hope you will tell me. But for the moment, we should return to the castle.
Trying to get to the
Professor Weasley will certainly hear about the troll attack soon if she hasn't already. I don't want her to worry.
Magic. Fuck. I want to change my thing.
Revelio. Accio.
Oh, okay, there we go. There we go. I ain't see nothing.
Revelio.
What the fuck? That.
Reparo.
You saw nothing. Nope. No! Ooh! You saw nothing, you saw nothing, you saw nothing! I am godlike and stuff. Yeah!
Professor, I'm glad to see you.
And I you. Thank Merlin you're in one piece. I heard about the attack. Trolls in Hogsmeade?
Sir, the trolls were wearing armor. It had that dark glow like the dragon collar.
Goblin silver! Ranrock used it to control the dragon. But how? And why send trolls too?
They were there because of me. I overheard Ranrock talking with Victor Rookwood.
Ranrock was in Hogsmeade? With Rookwood?
The trolls were Ranrock's distraction so that Rookwood could get to me. And he would have, had Sirona and the patrons at the Three Broomsticks not intervened.
This is grave news indeed. If Ranrock's goblins and dark wizards are after you, they want what we found in that vault.
Speaking of the vault, do you think that Ranrock is working with any of the goblins at Gringotts?
I do not. Gringotts goblins aren't typically the
Bitch, turn around!
but they
What
have a
the
great deal
fuck?
of integrity. No, I dare say after what happened to that poor banker, the goblins at Gringotts are no followers of Ranrock.
They're after the locket. You said you discovered something in
No
it.
fucking.
Yes, yes. I discovered an inscription. When I read it aloud, this map appeared.
Why wouldn't she turn
Clever
around? What the hell?
enchantment. It's a map of Hogwarts, to
dumb.
be sure, but I do not know where it leads.
It leads to the library. A restricted section, to be precise.
This one's forced.
A bit
Now I got
beyond.
it.
I see traces of magic there on the map.
I suspected you would see something.
Shall we go?
I appreciate your enthusiasm, and I'm eager to discover what we may find there as well. But if our experience at Gringotts, let alone what happened to Miriam, taught me anything, it's that the path we're on is terribly dangerous.
I'd like you to work with Professor Hecat a bit, before we continue.
But sir, how dangerous could the library be? Perhaps we're only after a book.
Perhaps we are only after a book, but we should be prepared for anything. Once you've honed your defensive magic further, come and see me. I'll let Professor Hecat know to expect you.
Revelio.
What?
Handy resource indeed, your field guide.
I hate 4 stealth sections, bro. Like, what the fuck was that?
Repair.
If only a new student were to help me with my sad predicament.
Are you alright?
Don't you know who I am? Zenobia Noak, the girl whom everyone at school hates for no reason.
Everyone hates you. Why?
Because Hogwarts is full of bullies and spoilsports. Leander Pruitt's one of the worst, that no-talent moon mind. I wanted to make some new friends, bitch. And so I brought my collection down to the common room. My gobstone collection, that is. I was hoping someone would want to play. Are you familiar with gobstones? Little balls, like marbles. Grand game. And if you lose, they spray you with a foul-smelling liquid.
Gobstones? Sounds like a fun challenge.
That's what I tried to tell everyone. People can be so cruel. Just because they're sprayed all over with smelly gobstone spit. It's their own fault.
What the hell is that?
Imelda is one of the worst losers. Everett and Astoria are terrible as well. And now those poor losers have taken my gobstones and hidden them in very high places all over the school.
$500 gold.
Sounds as if you caused the smelly situation and they responded accordingly.
I didn't make the rules. Anyway, I can't work out how to get them back on my own.
How the fuck?
I don't think I know the necessary spells yet. I need someone, perhaps a selfless and talented 5th year to help me.
Haven't you any friends at school?
Not really. Natty said hello once, but not a word since.
Do you have any suggestions on how to get your gobstones down from their hiding spots?
If I knew that, I'd get them myself. Whoever hid my gobstones that high got up there somehow.
I'll see what I can do.
I'd appreciate the help. If you do find all of my gobstones, do come and see me again. I'll be back to playing Snake Pit and Jackstone by myself in no time.
I'd better keep an eye on high places around the school for Zenobia's gobstones.
Revelio.
Well, that's one of Zenobia's gobstones. I hardly see what all the fuss is about.
Acceptable. Acceptable? Transfiguration? No child of mine would receive less than outstanding. What are you even doing in that class? Or is it that snivelling teacher of yours? You can be sure I'll be having words with that so-called who will receive outstanding one way or another.
This cannot possibly be as difficult as it seems.
Hello. I don't believe we've met.
Oh, hello. I'm Lenora. Pardon me if I seem a little distracted at the moment. Everyone thinks I'm utterly balmy. Samantha thinks I'm potty. But it's this painting. I never noticed it before. If I know Hogwarts, and I do, an empty frame doesn't appear for no reason. There's something more to this.
If I have the time, I may look. Could be intriguing.
I've been racking my brains long enough. I hope you'll have better luck than I have. Do come and find me if you stumble on something illuminating that solves the mystery.
Revelio. Lumos. That spot must be a clue. I should look around in case it's nearby. Revelio. Accio. Revelio. Lumos.
Fucking stupid, come on.
I was a late bloomer.
This looks like the location from the painting. Let's get you back to your
Summon lightning on his ass. And then cut his head off. Sir. Bitch! Nigga smacked the shit out of me. Get him out.
I knew there was a connection. I should tell Lenora that I solved the puzzle of that empty frame.
Beam! Your gift of ancient magic is by successfully attacking or taking damage.
Revelio.
Radical devil. Word, they're just gonna stop. Okay, luckily I'm Nathan Drake, so you feel me, like. Mink. crazy. Only I would. Ow! Your journey has ended. No, it hasn't.
Good on you for stopping that troll.
Dummy. Nigga killed his own teammate. Ow! Totally didn't get my ass beat there.
Lenora, I solved the mystery of that painting.
The 3 stages plus female. I need to charge my phone.
I found the location depicted in the painting, and then I cast Lumos to guide him off back to the frame.
All very logical, I suppose. Pity I was so close to solving it. You have a knack for solving riddles. Natty's good at that too. So is Meat. Well, I'm glad someone figured it out. The moth! I should have seen that.
Five. Then I said, you know what, I'm gonna go to bed now.
I'm here about the new spell you wanted to teach me, Professor.
Good. Professor Fig indicated a certain urgency
I
to
swear
you
I
completing your
equipped the
defensive
outfit
magic
and
assignments.
I don't see
As
anything, so what
such,
the fuck?
you are to learn Incendio, the fire-making spell, handy for lighting torches, burning away spider webs,
Oh wait, I would
and,
have to skip
when
it to show
necessary,
you.
defending against those who would wish to do
Wait, I'm
us
still showing my
harm.
screen, right?
Sounds versatile.
Quite. But before we get
Well, it's
started,
interesting, I don't know.
I'd like you to complete a few tasks. You may be
Because
surprised
I know
by
I
some of
have
them. Astonishing
equipped
how
armor
much
instead.
students don't think their
Or I
professors
have
know. When you're finished,
something like that.
come and see me. Then we shall begin working on Incendio. You know where to find me once you've finished.
Seems crossed wands isn't as secret as it's believed to be.
Off on another adventure, are we?
Revelio. Lumos. Levioso. Reparo. Accio. Revelio.
I think so. We shall see who shows up. I know, Sebastian. I know.
Wait, now that I did that.
Hello, Lucan. Is the next round of crossed wands all set?
Why, yes it is. I've got a great match lined up. Ready for another round?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Yeah, it was under gear.
Are you dueling with a partner?
Apparently. I'll
be dueling
There
solo.
were challenges
Then
that I
let's get to
did
it.
that helped me get this.
Ready to get thrashed? Apologies in advance.
Yeah, oh wait, legendary clubs. Am I already wearing it? Or am I stupid?
Oof. Glad I didn't bet on you that round. Care to go again?
I'll give it another go.
Glad to hear it.
goes my wager.
Leviosa! Accio!
You're better than that!
You have to use the
Care to go again?
I'll give it another
go. The purple ones you would use on the niggas with the purple shields. The yellow one is the level. What's the one? Alright, the color coordinated. So. Wait, can I go back to the holds meet, right? Yeah. I'm gonna go back to it for a second.
Care to go again?
Rebel.
I'll give it another go.
Glad to hear it.
Stupid one! Accio! Stupid one! That's all you want! Accio! Come on!
Act like a winner.
That's the purple.
Care to go again?
I'll give it another go.
Glad to hear it. I could never duel like that. Bravo!
I gave it my all.
You did indeed. The other duelists have already taken notice of you, but after that last round,
They'll really have it in for you. You'd better keep practicing if you want a chance at winning. Or at least surviving the next round. I'll let you know when we're ready. Hope to see you then. The next round is for all the gobstones, so to speak.
I don't have money for high level gear.
Hello, Lucan. May I use the training dummy?
Of course. I'll fetch it and give you a list of combinations to practice. Ready to have a try now?
That would be wonderful.
Be sure to cast all your spells before the dummy lands. If you need to stop practicing before you finish all of them, let me know.
I'm gonna talk to
Keep trying.
and then end this. Wait, a little bit later.
Nicely done. That's it. Good one. I'd say that's enough practice. You looked good out there.
Thank you, Lucan.
I say better to discover one's weaknesses during practice than during a duel. You'll be a fearsome challenger now.
Assignment's all finished.
You could have gone a bit easier on me.
Seems I'm out of the tournament thanks to you.
Perhaps I should stick to potions. I trust Brattlebell is able to accommodate you and that you found success in your endeavors.
I finished all of the tasks you gave me, Professor Hackett.
Glad to hear it. Then you should be ready to learn Incendio.
Should be, Professor.
Yes. I'm sorry to say, I visited enough careless colleagues at St. Mungo's to assure you that fire is a fickle servant. Your spellcasting has impressed me thus far, but please maintain focus. I would rather we not end today's lesson with your robes aflame. Let us begin. And remember, focus on the proper wand movement. Concentrate, and keep your wand steady. Good work.
And now level 6. And whatever challenges I did.
Incendio.
Getting it.
It literally said I had a legendary
Keep
cape.
trying to incinerate yourself.
Incendio.
Setting things ablaze is certainly cathartic, isn't it?
Leviosa.
Right.
Incendio. Accio. Leviosa. Accio. Leviosa. Incendio. Leviosa. Accio. Incendio.
Oh, this game has transmog. I see. Or at least some form of it, I guess. I don't know, but I can. So essentially, I can upgrade armor, whatever the fuck, outfits or whatever, right? And then, yeah, but basically I can make myself look cooler if I wanted to.